You're going to have to talk loud.
Okay. As soon as that stops.
Mama powers. Ready?
I love you.
Hey everyone, it's Madison from the Solving Singers. Today I am with my beautiful, wonderful mother.
Happy to be here.
Yeah. Happy to be here.
We're actually going to be talking about something a little bit serious today. And actually today we're going to be talking about something a little bit serious. Central auditory processing disorder. This is a disorder that Madison actually has and has overcome over the years.
Well, the fancy definition of central auditory processing disorder is it's a variety of disorders that affect the way the brain processes auditory information, which is basically saying that people with CAPD do not process things like everyone else does.
So information comes into your ear, you hear it, auditory, and then it normally will go into your brain, you process it, and thoughts come out, the words come back out, whatever. But with somebody with CAPD, it goes in the ear and then takes a different path through that takes longer to come out, and things happen while it's in there, so some of it gets lost. If you try to give Madison a string of instructions, like go to your room, pick up your shoes, put away your clothes, make your bed, and be back down here at 5 for dinner, she will go to her room and be back down at 5 for dinner. Now, I know that sounds like a typical teenage thing, but honestly, it's like when you give them a string of instructions, the middle things they forget or they'll lose, like they just don't retain.
Let me try to repeat. I really am trying.
She's working at it. Let's
see. So I go upstairs, I pick up my shoes, and the last thing I remember is just coming down at 5. I really don't remember what's in between.
That you make your bed.
Make my bed. I still don't remember you telling me that.
How we discovered this was really between the ages of 2 and 4. I noticed Madison had a beautiful heart. Like she wanted to obey, she wanted to serve, she wanted to love, but she wouldn't. And it wasn't like she was being stubborn.
Gosh. That's
why I'm here, to tell you about how we discovered it and how we knew she had it. I just knew something was not right. I started with the phonetics. I tried to teach her her ABCs. I taught her older sister her ABCs at 2 years old. And then I taught her brother their ABCs at 2 years old. And I started teaching Madison her ABCs at 2, and she was 6 when she finally started to learn her ABCs. It was different. And so it's not because she's not intelligent. It's because she processes it differently, and she needed to learn it a different way. Another way, I'm just taking over your video. Another way we learned is she actually had a hearing test when she was in grade school. And I had a note sent home that said I needed to have her testing because her hearing was off. And I was like, I know she can hear just fine. But when she had to respond, she had to hear a sound, whatever, and respond. And she was late responding because of the processing disorder. Took her to an audiologist. They ran a test where she did not have to respond to it. And guess what? Her hearing is fine. It's just the way she responds to different tests like that.
So I just want to let you guys know, I just have a small little list here, nothing big. And I'm going to tell you basically what we struggle with every single day. You can add in some stories if you want, because we all know you have some.
Well, the one thing I will tell you, because we do homeschool now, and she's here with all the activity of the home, like right now, the washer's going. Her brother's here learning, all these things going on, and to Madison, she has learned to try to focus through all of that. So, if you are sitting down to take a test, and you're writing your test, and a truck goes by on the street outside, and the person at the table next to you is tapping their pencil, you know, it's a little bit of annoying. Whatever, you hear a little bit of pencil tap, you might notice the car going by. They're background noises. But to a person with CAPD, there is no background noise. It's all like foreground noise. Is that a term?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong person.
Anyway, it all sounds, to Madison, when she's sitting there, it would sound like this. I'm going to be doing all the talking, it sounds like, because I've got all the stories.
Okay. Well, I'm
you just sit here and look beautiful.
I'm here for moral support for her stories.
So, all of their senses are also heightened. For example, their sense of smell, their sense of hearing, their sense of sight, I guess, their sense of their emotions, everything is heightened. So they will be the first one to smell the poot in the car when you're driving along. They will be the first they can
True
hear.
story.
Also, people with CAPD have trouble with concepts. For example, if something is black and white, if something is concrete, she can learn it. If something is a concept, something that's abstract, it's harder for her to understand and take that in. It's almost impossible, in fact. And if she does seems to take it in for like one day, it's not retained, it's out there. But for example, like patriotism, to try to explain a concept of patriotism to somebody with CAPD, it'd be nearly impossible unless she experienced it. Like if she experiences it, you can say that is patriotism, and then it becomes concrete to her. But it's just one of those things. Concepts are very hard to try to relate to somebody with CAPD.
I hear perfectly fine. It's just how long it takes to get to me to know what you're saying. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And lastly, I just want to leave you with some words of encouragement. Every time somebody hears the word disorder, it makes it seem kind of negative. But really having a disorder isn't negative. It doesn't have to be negative at all. It just makes you different, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. So don't be insecure if you have any sort of disorder, because it just makes you different, and you don't want to be like everyone else. You want to stand out and be you and do your own thing. Well, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something about it. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.